setbacks, fuck ups, shit happens, mistakes, all of these things that happen to every last one of us. And all of these things that, let's be honest, sometimes makes it a little bit harder to keep pushing, especially when you feel like they keep happening. Now, listen, I will be the first one to tell you, in this world of entrepreneurship, shit is not easy. Like, people make it look super sexy, and you know what? There's a lot of things about entrepreneurship that are sexy, but there are a lot of things that are not sexy. So the question is, whenever you feel like you keep failing, whenever you feel like you can't do anything right, whenever you feel like everything you attempt just turns to shit, what do? That's what we're going to talk about today. Now, in case it's your first time joining one of my videos, my name is Bianca Lynch of BiancaLynchCoaching.com. I am an accountability coach, so I help millennial entrepreneurs turn their health, wealth, and bucket list goals into reality. And this is Gold Slay Monday, which is an Instagram live series where we share real world tips, habits, and motivation for entrepreneurs who want to turn their goals into reality. Now, I'm super, super excited about tonight because we are going to be joined by Kiera Sade, who I just love. I mean, like, you know how you meet someone on Instagram, but you just honestly just love their shit. So that's essentially what happened with me and Kiera. So I've been following her for maybe like a little over a year now, and I've just loved her content. I've actually done some of like her courses and like downloaded some of her stuff, which is also really, really cool. So she is going to talk a little bit about her story, and she's going to talk a little bit about how determination is key, especially in this world of entrepreneurship, where honestly, even in life in general, where failure is 110% inevitable. Like, it's not at all something that we can avoid. So she's going to talk a little bit about her story. She's going to talk a little bit about her failures, and most importantly, how to overcome that, like how to keep going whenever you really feel like you're at your wit's end and you are ready to give up. So I am going to, hey Milu, and hey Kiera, I see she just joined. So I am going to let Kiera in as soon as, Kiera, if you send a request, then I can let you in. And we are going to dive right in. So any questions that you guys have around, being consistent and being in the entrepreneurship world, whenever shit goes left, make sure that you drop them below and we will address them either live or you can watch it later whenever I upload to IGTV. So let's go ahead and make sure I got my questions over here and the Wi-Fi is good. Hi, Kiera.
How's it going?
I'm good. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay, everything is good. All right, perfect. I always like to make sure that tech is working before we do anything else. So, Kiera, thank you for joining. I'm super excited to have you. I talked a little bit about just my experience and how, I started following you like a year ago, how like I've done some of your stuff and blah, blah, blah. But you can go ahead and let people know. Tell us a little bit about you, who you are, what you do, all the above.
Okay, so my name is Kiera Sade, like Shmoney. I help small business owners, especially those that are new to Instagram and social media, learn how to grow an organic following and monetize it. Because I truly believe that, for one, you don't have to be popular to be profitable. For two, you just need to be persistent with your platform. So I particularly hone in on and focus on those entrepreneurs who are new, who have a small following, and I teach them how to best get the most out of that particular following, and that's really it.
Yes. And what I really love about Kiera, and like when I started following her, is she was definitely one of the people who showed me that you really can show up as yourself and make money. And especially, like as like a personal brand, I think a lot of us sometimes we get in our heads and we're overthinking things and we feel like we have to make things complicated. I know Kiera is always talking about how we're always making stuff complicated. And I'm super excited to have her here. We're going to talk a little bit more about her journey. So speaking of, Kiera, go ahead and tell us, whenever you think about determination and whenever you think about just just continuing to go and get back up after failure, after like shit just keeps happening, tell me like how that's really impacted you and your life and your business.
So I would say where a lot of my determination comes from is from me. Good evening, Gasline. Is from playing sports when I was younger. I think it's imperative for, if you have children or plan on having children, to put them in some sort of group some type of environment where they have to depend on other people. And if they quit, like, you can see how big the impact is on everybody else. I understand if I quit, I'm not just quitting on me, right? I'm quitting on my team. I'm quitting on the people that I prayed for to help, etc. Even if they're not, into sports, even girls, things like Girl Scouts, just being able to get that discipline from a coach, learning how to be coached and coachable. Even if you are the best player out here, right? Michael Jordan is the best basketball player, or whoever, Kobe Bryant, whoever y'all want to say, Stefan, you know what I'm saying? All of these people, regardless, still have a coach. Oprah still has a coach. And so learning how to be coached and learning how to do things outside of just you, and knowing that it affects people other than just you, is one of those, it's two of the major things that helps me to continue to keep going, and really where I pull my determination from.
Yes. I honestly, it's funny because I actually wasn't even expecting that analogy. It was a great analogy, but it makes a lot of sense. And it's funny because I know that, whenever we're younger, you just don't think about shit like this. Like when you get older, and y'all know I always talk about this, about like the shit you wish you had known back then.
Yep.
And in reality, we would love to believe that, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm just going to depend on myself. But in reality, a lot of times we are in situations in life where our success does depend a lot on the people around us. Of course, we have to hold ourselves accountable, and there are things that we're going to have to do. But at the end of the day, having those things ingrained in you from a young age, I think is just amazing, because I'm not going to tell you no lie. Y'all, that was not me. Like, I was Miss Independent. I played softball for like a summer. I played football, flag football, very, very briefly. So listen, like, honestly, like I really had to learn it the hard way. So like, it's really cool to hear the sports analogy, because it's completely true. And even when you think about like determination, like if we put this in terms of entrepreneurship, I'm trying to wave it all, y'all. Even when we put this in terms of, like entrepreneurship, like what do you feel like you see most often, whether it could be, for your story, or it can be with your clients, but whenever it comes to just like failure and like the ability to just keep showing the fuck up whenever shit is not going your way, what have you seen and learned?
So what I've learned is that, and most of us know this, is that only 5% of people who start a business are going to continue to have that business after the first, 5 years?
Yeah.
Right. And I think it's because we have this preconceived false notion of what building a business is supposed to look like, right? So nobody tells us like, oh, the first 5 years you're going to be broke, you know what I'm saying? First year, we sit here, and social media can be a blessing or it can be a burden. But
Mm-hmm.
a lot of new entrepreneurs look at it and it becomes a burden to them, which is why my heart is so big for the new entrepreneurs, because they look at people's highlight reels. They look at what people want to post, right? Most people only post what they want to post. There's a few
people post the highlight reel, literally. Yeah. Like, that's what it is.
Out here like me that might post something that I might not want to post, you know what I'm saying? Just to let you in and show you the real of what's going on. But I really, truly believe that people are out here and they're in this comparison syndrome, which is, it's horrible. And they're comparing. Oh my God, I've been doing this for 2 months. I've been doing this for 2 years. It should be working right now. Nobody told you that there was somewhere in a book or anything, or the Bible, that says you're gonna build your business for this many years and then it's going to prosper. There is, and that's what I think people's biggest problems is that they have this preconceived false notion of how long it's supposed to take. And if it's not moving in the time that they think it's supposed to be moving, then they're like, you know what, I'm done. I'm gonna go back to my comfortability of my job, of my 401k, of my medical insurance, because this must not be for me. But I truly, truly believe if it's in you, God doesn't put certain desires in you that he does not want you to have. And I just think people just give up too quickly. People being used to being baby, you know what I'm saying, their job, and people just quit too fucking easy. They some quitters. They ain't never played on no teams, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, your business is not just for you. Your business is for the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I see most of the time. And those that's out here winning, they understand that their business is not just for them. You know, they show up when they don't want to because they know it's not just about them. They're tired. They stay up late. They'll come home, work, build their business after work, and then next thing you know, two years later, they're able to retire. Why? Because they made the sacrifices. They knew that it wasn't just about them. I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. Well, guess what? I got people depending on me. I got people depending on me to help them mend their hearts after heartbreaks. I got people depending on me to help them lose weight so they can live an extra 5 or 10 years and spend time and play with their grandchildren. I got people depending on me to make them look better with their hair, to build these wigs for them so they can get this confidence. Whatever it is, I always like to remind people that your business is a solution to somebody's problem, regardless of if you are in the boutique industry, the hair industry, the nail industry, whatever it is. You know, you're building your business to help these people.
Girl, God, there's so much in there that I want to just like pull out. But like one of the main things that like I really want to highlight is, you know, when you're talking about like just the highlight reel and like what people see on social media. And I know that I had a transparency moment. This was maybe like a little bit over a year ago with y'all, because I had somebody straight up tell me like, oh my God, your life is so perfect. And I was like, bitch, what? Like, I was like, huh? She's like, oh my God, and you work out every day and you're so this. And like, that was honestly, that was like a slap in the face for me. And even like me, like I had to be more intentional about showing up in a way that was like, yeah, Bianca, you know, you post the good shit, but you got to let people know what's up. And like the post that I did last night where I was like, last month, I was like, I'm kicking on my weight loss journey again. And I was like, guess how much weight I lost in April?
None.
But you know what? I could. Go ahead.
But you ain't gained none. I read
exactly. Hey. But yeah, you know what? And I could have decided not to share that. I could have been like, oh no, I'm gonna wait till May. I'm gonna wait till May to post. And y'all know I've been sharing my credit card debt journey. And I told y'all, I just knew I was walking into 2021 with no credit card debt, and I didn't. And then January passed, and then February passed, and guess what? We batted me in June, and I still got a balance. But why would I not talk about that, right? Like, why would I only show, oh, I paid off this much debt, but I'm not talking to you about how much I cried. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking to you about when I was called a credit card company begging the motherfuckers to lower my interest rate. Like, I'm not, like, listen, like, it's real out here. And I also think, and I also think that as an entrepreneur, it's not like, oh, you have to put all your business out, you have to air your dirty laundry. But to a certain extent, if you are going to talk about all the amazing stuff, then you need to be willing to talk about the shit that's not so sexy. And a lot of that shit that's not so sexy, that's a big part of it. Like Kiara just said, even when you don't feel like it, and y'all know I'm the queen. Y'all know I don't even, listen, I use the word motivation for marketing purposes, because y'all know I think motivation is absolute bullshit. It's never there when you need it. Literally, it lasts. It's like, I mean, it's the most temporary shit ever. Y'all like, oh, how are you doing this and how are you doing that? It's not because I'm motivated. It's because I'm committed. There is a huge difference.
Or discipline. It's like motivation is like church. You hooting and hollering for them 2 hours, and as soon as you leave, you back to same thing you was doing until next Sunday. You feel
literally
me? Yeah.
Yes. Like, and you're over here watching, you over here, you know, scrolling Instagram, you see all the motivational quotes. And listen, no shit against motivational quotes. I like them too, but you're not going to, that quote is not gonna hold you over. Hell, if that quote holds you for 24 hours, you're doing real good, because guess what? Life is going to happen. And I even told Kiara whenever I was reaching out about this, the post where she had like shared like all the businesses that she had started. And I was like, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. Like the shit that a lot of people aren't saying, like shit that you don't see behind the scenes. If you go to Kiara page now, you see that she killing it. Listen, y'all, I started following Kiara. Kiara had 400 Instagram followers. 400. Kiara is almost at 10,000 followers. And I mean, honest, I'm humble to even be witnessing this. But I'm saying though, like, you gotta know, like, if you start following her just tonight, like, understand, like, whatever you see, like, whatever you're seeing on here, it's not, there's no such thing as an overnight success. You're not going to always feel like it. And you really just gotta decide, like, are you about that life or are you not?
Yep. Absolutely.
All right, let me shift a little bit because I'm getting hot. All right, so if you think about, you know, like your journey, you're thinking about like your clients and what has really been helpful for you. What do you feel like? Like if people are like, Kiara, listen, like I want to do better. Like I keep getting unmotivated and I keep failing and shit keeps happening. And y'all know, y'all familiar with this one. Every time I think I'm there, Life be like, not yet. Nah, not yet. So for those people, like what are your tips? Like what are like some main tips or habits or advice that you want to give them? Petty Wop.
No, I'm just playing though. But what I think helps people get out of that stuck state is really putting some skin in the game. You gotta put some money behind it. You gotta sacrifice some things. Like for me, like I said, I made the post maybe 2 weeks ago about how I slept on the floor for almost 2 years. I had to put some skin in the game. You gotta make yourself uncomfortable. A lot of people are just way too fucking comfortable. They got their husbands to take care of them. They got their boyfriends to take care of them. And I know because I used to have my, you know what I'm saying, my boyfriend, my dad. I could still be living with my daddy, right? My daddy will never kick me out, okay? Like, life, like, doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I could be married and all. He's still going to be like, come on, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm a daddy's girl, like, period. But I think most people's problem is they're just too comfortable. They too fucking comfortable because we're not having this conversation if you get uncomfortable. If you one hour away from getting kicked out your house, you got to go out there and figure out how to make some shit shake. Your kids about to go out there and figure out how to make some shit shake. That's why I feel like everybody got a little bit of hustle in them. Everybody got some type of side hustle in them. They know how to sell a dinner. They know how to braid a hair. They know how to do, you know what I'm saying? They know how to do some type of a resume. Everybody has something in them because that's what God made. God made us to help each other. Like God made us for each other. God blesses us financially through other people. He didn't just put you here to be at a job that you hate if you hate your job. He did not birth you and say that your purpose is to be here on this earth, to work this job for 40 years, hate it, dread it, and then retire and still struggle. That is not of God. That is not of God. Just thinking about, okay, how is my life going to be when I'm ready to retire? You know what I'm saying? What do my kids or my grandkids, like I was listening to somebody, I think it was Miles Monroe, who said that him and his wife, before he passed, him and his wife bought property for their grandchildren. Biblical, right? A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. He didn't buy property for his children. His wife bought property for their grandchildren. And I just think that's the bossiest shit that anybody could do. Like his children were still children. Like they weren't thinking about getting married, having kids yet. He bought property for people that are not here yet. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that we think too little of ourselves and we hype everybody else up. Like, go, coach, you can do it. I'm with you all the way. But what about you? When you gonna hype you up? I gotta get up every like, bitch, you got, you know what I'm saying? I gotta hype myself up still too. Like, and like, it be days when I be like, man, I don't really know. I don't really know.
Girl, it be days I don't want to do this damn live.
I almost never want to do a live. Like 99 I almost never want to do a live. But you
show up.
You gotta cheer for you first, or ain't nobody else gonna cheer. People cheer for me because I cheer for me. You feel me? People gonna treat you how you treat you. If you come inside, coach, I just don't know what to do. What have you tried? What have you tried consistently? Like with consistency. You know what I'm saying? What have you?
They don't want to talk about consistency.
Over and over and over and over and over. Besides the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? We're consistently good at the shit that we should not be good at, like not knowing how to spending the money that we ain't supposed to be spending, eating shit we ain't supposed to be eating. You know what I'm saying? Consistently watching TV, consistently scrolling. We're really good at that, and we see the outcome of it, but we don't know how to consistently do the shit that we know we're supposed to do. You know what you can do right now to start seeing some movement. But you just know that you're not going to see any results of it, any fruit of it for a while. People want to plant the seed and eat the fruit the same day. Don't work like that. You don't eat. You feel me? If you don't plant the seed, you don't eat. You can't come to me and be like, coach, I just don't know what to do. Well, sweetheart, you need to get to digging. Okay? I mean, you already knew that. You know what I'm saying? What you want to give? You want me to give you my fruit? Did I? What you want? I had to dig. I had to do it. You know, a lot of people feel like they're supposed to get the fruit of somebody else who did their digging, did their planting, their nourishing, their watering, their sun. They're waiting. Waiting is the biggest thing that if you can learn how to just have some patience, patience really is a virtue. If you could just learn how, if you could just learn how to wait.
Girl, listen, the patience piece. And listen, y'all, I ain't got no shame. If anybody asks me, you don't even gotta ask me, you can ask my man, you can ask my mama, they go tell you, what's Bianca's biggest weakness? Patience. There's listen, but you know, going back to what Kiara said earlier, right? Like you have a purpose. You were not put here to just go to work, pay bills, and die. Especially if you hate your job. And let's be honest, a lot of y'all hate them fucking jobs. Cause y'all be complaining, y'all be posting the memes, y'all can't wait to get to Friday, y'all are dreading Monday. You hate it. So you can be patient enough to sit your ass in a job that you hate 8-9 hours a day, come home, watch a little TV, get up and do it all over again. Have let's be honest, not even 2 full days on the weekend. Sunday don't count. Because you know Sunday is Monday prep. Sunday don't even count.
Friday don't count. Shit. What you got, Saturday? Like,
that's it. And honestly, and I have never in my life, and it doesn't matter whether this was for like my social media clients, my accountability clients, I have never talked to anyone who said, I did this consistently and it didn't work. That's the number one thing I hear. Oh, I was doing this. Well, I started that. Well, yeah. I tried that. And you tried it for how long, boo? You tried it for how long? You tried it for 2 days.
I don't care if you tried it for 20 years. Keep doing it until it start working. You weren't doing something right. You weren't putting something in the recipe. Literally, success is a recipe. Here's the recipe. Put this, put this, put this, put this, put this. If you don't put the egg in the flour, you can't bake the cake. If you don't put the flour in the cake, you can't make a cake. If you decide not to put certain elements or certain ingredients inside of the recipe to success, you don't get the cake. You don't get to eat it. It don't work. And what a lot of people try to do is they try to make their own cakes. That's Lee's Clues. It's people literally giving you the blueprint, but you're like, yeah, I think I'll bake my cake without eggs because I'm vegan. Well, listen, sweetheart. This ain't the cake for you then. You know what I'm saying? You're probably going to have to learn how to go get a cake from a vegan. But you can't take my cake that love animals and try to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It don't work. It just don't work.
Girl, listen, I be trying to tell him. And I know you be trying to tell him because you be telling my ass too. Like, listen, and we all, look, no one's perfect. We all fall into, you know, like similar traps. We understand that it's not easy. And that's the other thing is no one ever said it was easy. And even going back to what you said earlier, I think that is one of the biggest issues. And what I always talk about with my clients, and even like I be telling you on social media, is you got to anticipate the setbacks. Like we start something and our mind is like, I'm going to start in April and then my year will look like this. Or, yeah, I'm going to start working out tomorrow and I'm about to have abs in 60 days. No, the fuck you not. No, you're not. Because chances are you're not even going to do it for 60 days. I mean, let's be honest.
Because life's going to get in the way.
It is. You know what? Oh, well, it was a holiday. Christmas is every year, bitch. Christmas has not changed dates. No birthdays haven't changed dates. None of these things have changed. They are part of life, and you have to be able, you got to be able to anticipate these setbacks, and you have to know early on, like, okay, whenever this happens, this is what I'm going to do. If this happens, I'm still going to keep going. Like I said, like I even told y'all on my weight loss journey, like I can quit right now. I done showed y'all the pics. I done lost and gained weight so many motherfucking times, but guess what? I'm still up here. I'm still been posting these workout videos, feeling fat as fuck, y'all. Feeling out of shape, feeling tired. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That's a lot of shit I don't post on the workout videos. I be telling my man, like, I'm not posting that. Like, listen, but I'm showing up, and you have to do the same. Like, you really do have to be consistent. And, you know, like I said, you know, even with Kiara sharing her story and sharing the things that you've launched that have failed, you got to just understand that's all part of it. It's not going to happen overnight. Failure is inevitable. Do you want it or do you not want it? Hell, I'm preaching to myself right now. Shit, I'm over here like, I need to do some shit now.
Hell yeah. My thing was this. That didn't work. Moving on. The fuck? Oh, that didn't work? Oh, that means I got that out the way. That don't mean quit. The fuck? It's too many people out here making bread. I'm just like, nah, son. Ain't nobody out here just better than me. Like, the fuck? God didn't say, oh, she can be rich over there, but you can't. No, son, that's not how it's about to go. And that's just how I think. He didn't say she can go vacate whenever she want, and I can't. The fuck? No. Like, no.
Girl, and honestly, even like literally just thinking about wanting to do something and then you start doing it and then some shit happens, you can't take that personal. Now I did a book review like last month, a month before, on the 4 agreements. I'd already read that. I had to read that shit again because that second agreement, don't take it personal, y'all, it was hitting me. Like it was like that. Somebody knew, because the universe, I said, books started popping up everywhere, and I said, let me pick this shit up again. And it's true. Like, I mean, it's almost like, and I know that it's hard as an entrepreneur, because we put our hearts and soul in our business. Listen, if you got a job you hate, let's be honest, they take a loss, you ain't pressed. You like, as long as my direct deposit go hit on Friday. I know, because that was me. You think I gave a fuck? They were like, oh, we had a bad quarter. Okay, well Friday we still own, right? Like, I don't care. But when it's you have to understand, just like Kiara said, you got to keep it moving. Like, I mean, and I know that I'm a marketing person, so my brain is like, everything is an A/B test. And that's honestly, that's literally what I'm doing now in my weight loss. I'm like, oh, I tried that. It worked for a while. It doesn't work now. Oh, I thought I could eat like that. No, I can't. Oh, I thought I like doing exercises. No, I can't. But I'm not going to stop. Everything is a test. And that's another reason why you got to have fun with it. Like, you hear people talk about enjoying the process, and it sounds, I ain't gonna lie, it sounds like, and I get it, but it's true. It's cliche, but it's real.
Fall in love with the journey. Fall in love with the building. Fall in love with your computer cutting out after you just wrote a whole book and you didn't save it. Fall in love with emailing you dumbass shit like, oh my God, you didn't ever deliver my shit. I want a fucking refund when it's in a fucking spam folder. Fall in love with, like, literally fall in love with the shit. Like, okay, so, and improvise and figure out what works and what didn't work, revamp, and then do it all over again.
All over again. And pretty much. You live and you learn. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Kiara, this is like a breath of fresh air. This was so great. So listen, for the people who are watching and they're like, I don't know who this Kiara girl is, but I love her and I want to work with her now. Tell people how they can get in touch with you and how they can work with you.
Y'all can't get in touch with me. No, I'm just
kidding. This is it. The live is that's it.
I've just played. So for those of you who want to, tap in, just click that little arrow that's like this. It's up there above Bianca's button, and click the follow button. You guys can join the Tech Squad. I haven't been as active with my email because of text. I ain't gonna lie. I just been cheating on the email but so join the Tech Squad. You know what I'm saying? I send tips every now and then. I send freebies. I send alerts when I'm live and about to do it. I think tonight I'm going to be teaching people how to make $100 a day from an ebook. I think tonight, if I have the time, I'm going to be doing it sometime this week, working on a freebie for y'all. But yeah, that's me. Tap in. I'll be opening the doors to Instaboss Society again towards the end of this month. And you can work with me. I do not do one-on-ones because that ain't my calling. I tried it. I don't like it.
She tested it, y'all. She tried it, and she was like,
I tested it. I don't like it. So that's like every blue moon, like pop up. You know what I'm saying? It's not doing a normal. That's not something I ever know what I'm gonna do. It's just like a pop up, like, oh, my grace tank is full. I think I have the patience to do this right now. I'll do it, and then I'm done.
All right, y'all heard her. So let's see
how they can work with you. What is it that you do? What do you help people do?
I talked a little bit about it at the beginning, but so like I'm an accountability coach. So my focus is literally being the foot in your ass to get shit done. My clients, they know what they need to do. They may need like a little bit of guidance, but they pretty much know. But if you are somebody who are like, you know what, I got my business shit together, but I'm not working out, or I'm working out, but I'm not spending time with my boo, or you know what, I know I want to be investing more, but I have no idea where to start. You're looking for somebody to hold you accountable. That's me. So make sure you hit the follow button if you're not following me already. Like I said before, obviously follow Kiara. I've been following her since thousands and thousands of followers ago. And I promise you, if you're not doing nothing else, you're going to laugh and you're going to learn. So I am also going to upload this to IGTV. So if you guys have any follow-up questions, please feel free to drop them. Tag me, tag Kiara. And again, This was episode 13 of Go Slay Monday. So we will be back to see y'all next week. Kiara, thank you again for joining us. And I'm going to see you in the DMs.
Okay. See you later, girl.
All right. Bye, boo.